Hey yo, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. Alright, there's two sides to the coin for every single anime lover. Either you like One Piece or you hate One Piece. There is no in between, and I'm ready to defend One Piece with my life. One of the most controversial animes of the last 10 years, and most anime people argue about it on the internet, and recently it's been so popular just to hate on One Piece that I feel like it's time for me to make a video. And honestly, it's just awesome to be able to finally not just be triggered, but be triggered and be able to just say my love for One Piece out loud and proud and happily. No anime has dweebs, weebs, and hentai connoisseurs more divided than One Piece. So let's start from the beginning. One Piece is written by Eiichiro Oda, and One Piece is currently at 1,016 chapters in the manga, 96 volumes, and over 500 episodes within the anime. Airing in the late 90s, One Piece is synonymous with anime like Dragon Ball Z is synonymous with no character development. So I'm ready to defend, recommend, agree, and pretty much tell you what you should skip around in One Piece. So the main criticism I see of One Piece, and everyone continually says it, is One Piece is too long. That's it. That's pretty much it. There's pretty much nothing else, except for maybe it does have some filler. But hey, regardless, let's just get back on the point. I don't think One Piece is too long. I think all the stories that deserves to be long, I think One Piece is that one story that I think the length is important. And some people say, oh, they could shorten it. Oh, they could take away certain pieces. I'm not going to argue that. Absolutely, you should skip around certain arcs. Like the Vegapunk arc, you should totally skip around and just get to when Zoro gets his new swords. I'm here with you. And a couple other arcs that I'll explain that you should probably skip around, and it'll make it a little bit easier. One Piece has a very consistent storytelling. If you rewatch One Piece, and I'm going to also mention, I've watched One Piece back to front. Right around 900 episodes when I was younger, I've watched One Piece back to front 2 times, and I've read up to date with the entire manga at least 2 times. So do with that what you will. The reason why is because I took breaks from anime and manga, and during that time, One Piece just continues. And while I was out there living life, I realized this is one of those stories I don't ever want to miss out on. And One Piece is the remaining of the big 3. I think it's very important to look at the scope of anime after One Piece ends, because the writer Oda has mentioned that he plans on ending One Piece in the next 5 years, and I think that quote is a little bit older, so we might be heading close to the ending. So regardless, One Piece deserves to be the length that it is. The story has built upon itself and has such a vibrant and interesting world. There's so many characters that I'm so excited to see. There's so many things that I want to know about this world, and there's so many things unfolding in the current arc where Luffy is fighting Kaido, learning, losing, and learning at the same time. God, I want this guy to win so bad, but we're gonna get there sooner or later, hopefully. Like, you can't tell me seeing Whitebeard versus Goldie Roger was not one of the most amazing things to see. Like, Goldie Roger was built up so many years ago, and we're finally getting to see him and getting to see how his story unfolded, and seeing more of his crew, and seeing so many different things. Like, some of that stuff we've waited years for, and it felt like it mattered. It hit. It felt heavy. Like, One Piece has some of the most satisfying and natural progression ever. Like, the characters, most of them pretty much live up to the hype. Every single one of them live up to the hype. Like, you can't tell me how excited you are to finally find out what is so special about Shanks, or to see what Blackbeard has been up to and how he's changed, and then finding out about Mihawk. Like, there's so many characters in One Piece that we have to see them in action. We need to see those fights. We need to see some of the history. We need to find out what is so special about the Straw Hat, other than it's been passed down between pirate and pirate. One Piece is filled with so many interesting development and has such a natural progression of techniques, fighting, and learning. It's all being experienced through Luffy, who, let's be honest, doesn't have the best devil fruit. Like, the fact that he's rubber versus everybody else and we're still interested in him as a character is a feat in of itself. Like, honestly, the ingenuity of Luffy and his character is actually really great storytelling. Also, One Piece has top 5 most emotional moment ever. When Ace died, I still cry every time. Like, that never does not hit. Like, when they played the trick where he gets free and then, like, I'm sorry to spoil it for so many different people, but bro, you gotta go see that scene and see that build up and then see what happens and then the aftermath. That is one of the most emotional moments in anime history, and I'm not debating it. That was a moment where, like, wow, it tugged at the heartstrings. One Piece is deceptively deep. Regardless of how colorful and beautiful the world is, it tackles so many different aspects of life. It tackles racism, it tackles injustice, prejudice, elitism, poverty. It tackles so many different topics within the real world. I cannot not think this is one of the greatest animes of all time, and I wouldn't mind arguing it. One Piece is filled with so many interesting characters that it makes you really wonder, what are you really experiencing? Because there has not been a drop in quality. Every single One Piece movie hits. Every single story is important, and it's just a filled adventure, and I can't believe people don't want to experience that. I understand that the story is very long. I totally agree with you. Some of these things are very long. Like the Skypiea arc, you can skip around. Vegapunk, you can skip around. You can skip around sort of the one where they meet Law. The Snowy Island, I forget the name of it. You can skip around that one too. There's some arcs you could just skip around, and you can also skip around the Fisherman arc, but try to make sure to get to the episodes where they're explaining why the fishermen are feeling apprehensive of helping Sanji, stuff like that. I'm not going to debate that. Some of its arcs are filled with filler, some stories can be told quicker, and certain aspects are a little bit unnecessary. I'm not going to lie with you. Of course they're padding it. This story, once it ends, I think it's pretty much going to be over. I don't really think there's going to be like a Boruto type deal for One Piece, even though I'm pretty 100% sure they're going to have spin-offs. That's pretty much guaranteed. There's too many characters to not have at least one spin-off that is just a time before Luffy. I wouldn't mind it. I would be totally enthralled with a Goldie Roger or a Joy Boy or even a Shanks. From a Shanks point of view, like, I think that would be mad interesting. Also, you can't tell me you're not excited to find out how many crewmates we're gonna end up with. Like, when Jinbei was announced to be the next Straw Hat crewmate, that is like stupid hype. Like, and now, like, during this current arc, it looks like Yamato is gonna be next. Like, come on. Like, that is amazing. And each of the crewmates' interactions and their history and each of their goals. One Piece has some of the best main characters ever. Like, I'm so enthralled and interested in everything. One thing I think One Piece has over a lot of animes is I think it's one of the most satisfying shonens ever. Unfortunately, when you look at Jujutsu Kaisen, I didn't realize how unsatisfying anime fights can be. Like, no offense, well, all offense to Dragon Ball Z lover, Dragon Ball Z super lovers, those fights aren't entertaining. They have no weight to them. They're not important. They don't feel like they matter. And a lot of animes lack that heaviness, that depth. Luffy, every time he gets into a fight and you know it's going to be a really good fight, I feel the weight of it. I do feel like Luffy can lose, and Luffy has lost. And I like that. I like that Luffy does not win every time. Like, Luffy has probably taken the most L's out of most shonen protagonists. And I might look that up. When you think about it, like, Luffy loses and gets outmatched, but he learns from it. A lot of shonen characters don't learn anymore. It's like, oh, they just get a random power-up. That doesn't happen for Luffy. Luffy has to learn. Luffy has to get his head chopped off or almost die or literally pretty much lose. And he has to better himself to the point where he is now got new knowledge and now he can win. Like, I think my favorite fight where it felt like Luffy was a real person was his fight with Magellan. That was the fight that taught me, okay, this is not just some basic protagonist that's just gonna get a power up randomly. Oh, also Crocodile. That's another fight where it's just like, okay, he understands what he's fighting and he has to use his head. One Piece is just filled with so much that unfortunately when someone's like, it should be shorter, I'm like, I don't think you can tell that story and have it be like 200 episodes. Unfortunately, One Piece has so many moving parts, so many different characters, and so many different things. And dude, we are barely scratching the surface. Like, what is One Piece? We just now seen Roger's reaction to it, and I'm just like, what if it's a troll? Like, has anyone ever thought of that? What if One Piece is literally nothing? That is crazy. That's a crazy thought I have in my head randomly. Also, another criticism about One Piece is Luffy does not have character development, which I don't think is true. I think Luffy shares a lot of commonalities with shonen protagonists, but I think the difference between him and Goku is Luffy is firm in his goal, and I think that's what keeps him as who he is. But I don't think he's stagnant, because Goku is stagnant. Goku just wants to have a good fight. Luffy just wants to be the Pirate King and find One Piece. So very often throughout the arcs, and of course I think in the beginning, let's just say 300 episodes, Luffy is pretty stale. But as he grows and we are faced with different situations and we learned about Luffy, like, we barely know anything about Luffy. Isn't that crazy? We are at 900 episodes and we barely know anything. We just know his father. We have no mention of his mother. There's so many things we have to know about in One Piece that I need answers to. Like, Luffy shifts and he has different reactions, and his character, like when he had that meltdown about Ace, I felt that. So I don't want to hear Luffy doesn't have any character development. I ain't trying to hear that. That's so untrue. There's so many pieces of Luffy that we've seen that are real and honest. And within his character, Luffy feels like a normal guy who is super goal-oriented and stubborn. And that's pretty honest. That's actually pretty easy to wrap your head around. When you're extremely goal-oriented, you come off simple. Though I think Luffy shines when he has a reaction or he has to submit an action and his dimensionality comes out, his character comes out, and I think that's very important for his character. So, for the most part, I think everyone that's whining about One Piece being too long is missing the point of what's so great about One Piece, and you should just start watching, or you should start reading the manga. I think you can read the manga a lot faster than you can watch the anime, and just skip around the anime. It's regardless, it's whatever you want to do. I think people just want to be mad about something, because I'm getting older and I'm starting to realize One Piece is not going to be here forever. One day I'm going to wake up and One Piece is going to be gone, and I'm definitely going to be super sad, because anime is going to look so different without One Piece in its daily rotation. Regardless, I am just going to be honest with you. This video turned into me just talking about how much I love One Piece, and hopefully I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get interested, and I hope I changed your mind. And if you are one of those people that are on the fence about joining into One Piece, you should do it. You really should. It's something you should really experience. This is one of those stories you can't miss. And once it's gone and the hype is gone, it's going to make it so much harder for you to get into it. So regardless, if you agree, disagree, or you want to fight about it in the comments, please let me know. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.